Thank you all who sent in questions for this edition of the Q&A. If you guys have questions for me, description box down below with all the details on how you can send in questions. Snowdrop asks, what if Scott Steiner and Tito Ortiz had a WrestleMania match with you as a special guest referee? Non-stop laughing, piss in the middle of the ring for me laughing too much, and the match would never end. So whatever WrestleMania that is, that's your whole card right there. Scott Steiner versus Tito Ortiz. Hope you guys enjoy it. KGB asks, why do you hate Gunner? Why do you care? That's a real question here. Why do you care that I hate a fucking lower card talent in TNA that I just think is garbage? Why do you care? Who cares? It's Gunner. You shouldn't care why I hate Gunner. Just accept it. Just understand and accept the fact that I hate this piece of shit. Yeah, why do you care? That's so... Come on, man. You can ask a better question than why do I hate Gunner? Who cares? He's a lower card TNA talent. He ain't gonna do shit. Johnny Russo asks, how hypocritical is Punk for always crying about part-timers taking spots and now goes to the UFC and takes spots from guys like Nate Diaz? Because honestly, what Diaz was saying sounds like the same tune CM Punk was singing a few years ago. Oh, CM Punk, he's normally a hypocrite. Think about it. Listen to that podcast. You know, it's not about the money. Fucking pay me! You know, Ryback, he purposely injured me by kicking me in the gut. Kofi Kingston has this one move. It's like Concussion City. But I still love you, Kofi. Yeah, CM Punk is normally a hypocrite in what he says. He's a very smart speaker. CM Punk can talk very, very well. But sometimes he doesn't realize what he's saying where it comes down to, am I going to make myself sound hypocritical when I say this? I don't give a fuck because my attitude is like fuck everyone else but me. And my wife and whatever money I have in the bank. So, you know what? Who cares? It is hypocritical by CM Punk, but it's not going to hurt him at the end of the day. Dollar signs, dollar signs, dollar signs. Chase Allen asks, since Christmas is almost here, what are you hoping to get for Christmas? And what's the best present you have ever gotten? What I'm hoping to get for Christmas? Money. Yeah, that's really the case right there, man. When you get older, all you ask for is like, hey, uncles, aunts, and they just give you fucking money. I like seeing them, too. I like seeing my uncles and aunts, but at the end of the day, you know, once you see them, they're going to give you that nice $50 bill, maybe $100. Hey, if they love you a lot, they give you like $200 fucking dollars. So, yeah. And also, what's my best present I ever received? I can't think of it, man. I've received a lot of really good gifts over the years, man, but to call one the best, yeah, I don't know. That's really hard for me to tell. The Shadow asks, which Batman story would you want to see get made into a live-action movie? By the way, I'm new, great vids. Thank you, man. Which Batman movie? Sorry. I know that they already did a cartoon version of it, but if Ben Affleck is really going to play an older Batman, Dark Knight Returns, man. Dark Knight Returns would be so sick in live action. Oh my god. I would love it, man. Especially because, like, you have Superman and Batman's universe tied in anyways, and they're probably going to make a shit ton of movies. Could you imagine a Superman fight between Batman like that, and Batman's just getting the shit beat out of him live action? I mean, this Superman's already a dick. He destroyed a whole city in his first fucking movie, so why not? I would love to see that. So yeah, I would say Dark Knight Returns would be pretty good. Under the Red Hood would be really good. I can't remember the name of the story, man. I'm pretty sure you would know. You're probably a bigger Batman fan than me. The story where Joker kills Barbara's mom, Lieutenant Gordon's wife. That story was really fucking crazy. Fucking loved it. You know, if I can go away from Batman, some Batman Beyond should be a live-action movie. Like a Batman Beyond live-action movie, I think would actually be pretty flippin' sick. So if I can go away from the original Batman Beyond live-action would just be freaking awesome. I think it would be great. Largest 85 asks, was 1999 a tragic year for the WWE with the death of Owen Hart and Draws being paralyzed due to a botch from D'Lo Brown? No. It wasn't a tragic year for the WWF/E. Not at all, man. I mean, if you look at it, the WWF was able to get away from dwelling the Owen Hart situation. Yeah, sure, they were battling the Harts in the court, but when it came down to news media and outlets, it wasn't like they were just harping on the WWF the whole time about the Owen Hart situation. I mean, seriously, they were able to just look on past it and say, hey, that was a big fuck up, but we're going to keep on trucking along because that's what we're going to do. We're a business. At the end of the day, we got to keep trucking along. And they did a really great job. Unlike in 2007, Fucking A. Like, how many, like, months did it take for people to finally forget about Chris Benoit's dumbass in professional wrestling? It took almost like a year and a half before everyone's like, just stopped talking about the whole Benoit situation in the news media outlets with the steroids and the autopsies and whatnot. And still to this day, Benoit, I would argue, Benoit is more discussed than Owen Hart. And I know the situations are completely different, but still, to this day, you hear more about Chris Benoit than you do about the Owen Hart situation. Normally, with Owen Hart, when people talk about him, it's like, hey, the dude deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. With Chris Benoit, it's like a whole fucking other debate about this motherfucker. And Draws being paralyzed by D'Lo Brown, okay, man, largest. Be real here. Was Draws the next Stone Cold Steve Austin? Was Draws the next Raw Triple H Chris Jericho? No. No. I mean, it sucks that the dude's career ended shortly, but seriously, man, do you think that's tragic that they lost Draws? How can you consider losing Draws on your roster a tragedy? I'm just saying, if you look at it in pieces-wise, losing the Draws doesn't hurt you at all. At all, man. Now, if this was Stone Cold, yes, this would be a tragic year for the WWF. But losing the Draws? Nah, man. Just being real here. Do you really think Draws was going to be a freaking big star? Marcus Ryan asked, what did you think about these match? About these match? You only gave me one, but RVD versus Jeff Hardy versus Evan Bourne in a heroin on a pole match. Oh my god. Where the only way to win is grab the syringe and shoot yourself with heroin. Well, Evan Bourne's going to win that one. Because Jeff Hardy only pops pills and RVD only smokes that good kush, bruh. So I guess Evan Bourne will win. I don't know what Evan Bourne dabbles in. I know he likes spice, so maybe he likes heroin, but it'd be an interesting match. The match would be really good if they were all fucked up during it. I think that would be fucking tremendous. Bill Bradford asked, how many young talents do you think John Cena will bury? I think someone asked me this last Q&A. 8 more. 8 more. RFB8089 asked, what's your favorite NBA team? The Minnesota Timberwolves. Liked them since the Kevin Garnett days. We're a sad organization right now. Let's hope Andrew Wiggins turns out well. Justin Side asks, are you a Schleg Daddy from OTRS wannabe? Sure, go right ahead. Even though me and him just have the same opinions on stuff, and sometimes we have the same mannerisms, does not make me a Schleg Daddy OTR Central wannabe. Trust me, if I was a Schleg Daddy wannabe, I would actually have subscribers, and I would actually get consistent views on my videos. I just don't. I mean, me and him just have the same personality where we just don't give a shit most of the time. And we don't really, like how I could say, we both have same opinions on how the WWE should be. That's just pretty much it. I just have the same opinion as him. Always had. Red Wolf 316 asks, what are the Breakfast Club or supervillains in a comic book called The Breakfast Club Rules? And how do you think the Breakfast Club is going to kill them and bury other superheroes? Oh, that'd be fucking great. Now, how they would bury other superheroes, they would just not even try, man. That's the beauty of the Breakfast Club. Like, see, Red Wolf, they wouldn't even have to try. Like, Iron Man would come to them and bow down to them, and Cena would ask to get his foot kissed by Iron Man. Triple H would ask Captain America to have him jump out of a fucking window by himself. Freaking, you know, they wouldn't even try. That's the best part. They'll just be sitting around their damn table, eating breakfast. Superheroes will come in and say, hey, we're going to stop you. They're going to be like, hold up, come eat breakfast with us. And they're like, okay, I'm kind of hungry anyways. They go eat breakfast, and then afterwards they just freaking push them out the window, or the freaking superhero ends up liking these guys and then gets buried in the future. I mean, you just got to understand, man, that's the best part about the Breakfast Club. They don't need to try to succeed. They're always successful at the end of the day. Clarkson Lopez asked, what were some of your favorite spots in wrestling that made you mark out? A lot of Jeff Hardy spots. WrestleMania 2000 comes to mind. The fucking, what was that one spot? I can't remember the name, but I can't remember who Spike Dudley did it to, but the acid drop onto the table at WrestleMania 17, sick. That was fucking sick. I was like, oh my god, like, that was really cool. Like, the table's on the outside, fucking little Spike Dudley goes and acid drops right there. AJ Styles, like, did a Fosbury flop on fucking Samoa Joe and Christopher Daniels at, I can't remember, the Turning Point, I think it was, 2010. That was fucking awesome. Yeah, even though it wasn't like a high spot, it was just like, oh my god, I love that Fosbury flop. And he just hit it so perfectly on Joe and Daniels. So many. A lot of Jeff Hardy ones though, like fucking Jeff Hardy. I miss that motherfucker just for his spots. I miss when Jeff Hardy used to just go for fucking spots. Uh, like some that were just like, oh shit. Shane McMahon, when he was on the, when Steve Blackman hit him on the back and then he fucking like shocks it and he falls freaking 19 feet from the air on the stage. That was a pretty sick spot. I was like, oh shit on that one. And then the one where he did on the Big Show, the elbow drop from the stage. Shane had some really good spots if you come think about it. Yeah, you know, those are some that come to mind, man. I can't remember every spot off the top of my head. You know, when you get older, your memory tends to, like, deteriorate away and, you know, just, like, fade away. So sometimes you don't remember stuff unless you rewatch it. Oh, you know what? It's not really a spot, but Joey Mercury getting the Space Crush in, that made me say, oh, fucking shit. They made me mark out, but it was just like, fucking, oh, shit. It was like, made me never want to do a ladder match ever again. Greg Toomer asks, what if Randy Orton's Raging Ring Boner could talk and he told Orton whatever he told him to do to be more successful? And how entertaining would it be if Randy Orton's Ring Boner was his mouthpiece? I guess. Oh, God. I think Orton's entertaining right now on the microphone if he ever returns on fucking TV. But I guess it'd be kind of funny if, like, you want to make Randy Orton to a joke character, sure. Have it where he's talking to the ring boner and he has to feud with the bunny. So sure, why not? The ultimate WWE apologist. Yes, I love this guy. How awesome are WWE's Raws? They aren't awesome right now, man. Pretty bad. Pretty terrible. But if you think they're awesome, the ultimate WWE apologist, go right ahead. That's your opinion. Love this guy. Mr. Juicy asks, what if Kanye West and Scott Steiner made a rap song about Tito Ortiz and his arms crossing? What do you think, man? I love it. Joe Juicy asks, what if Rey Mysterio, the old Sin Cara, Kevin Nash, and Sid fought in an overtop battle royale to see who tears their quad first? Sin Cara would get eliminated because he ran. Kevin Nash would overstretch. Psycho Sid would have to do something from the second rope and break his leg so Rey Mysterio would win. How about that? Rebecca Olsen asks, what if Randy Orton had a new finisher called the Ring Boner of Death, where Randy Orton knocks out his opponent with his ring boner? Can you imagine that shit? Randy Orton just goes like, cock slaps, cock fist. Oh, that would be amazing. The cock fist versus the cock slap. Like, oh, God. I love that. John Cool asks, which Saturday morning blog did you like better, Kids WB or Fox Kids? Dude, like I said, that was a Saturday morning wars right there. You know, the Monday Night Wars, those were vicious. But those Saturday morning wars, fucking vicious right there. What did I like better? I think early on in my childhood, honestly, even though I don't remember the shows all that much, Fox Kids was my shit. You know, Kids WB, it was all about the Pokemon. Like, I liked Animaniacs, but not every Saturday morning. I was like, hell no, I'm not going to watch this every Saturday morning. There'd be some weird shows, too, that I didn't want to watch on Saturday morning. Fox Kids, it was always consistent to me because, you know, it was just like, I knew what I was going to get. I liked the layout. It felt more for older kids, like kids that had like a higher IQ than the Kids WB kids. Because the Kids WB, they made you feel stupid. Like, oh, you're in the WB studios. Come here one day and meet all your favorite characters. And you would go there and be disappointed. Fox Kids didn't pull you into any of that bullshit. Made you feel like you were playing with the computer with how they presented stuff. And I believe Fox Kids was like weekly as well. Like, they would have weekdays too. They would show their stuff on weekdays on Fox. And then Kids WB kind of copied and pasted that. They were like, oh shit, Fox is doing stuff on the weekdays. We got to start doing stuff, man. Those Saturday morning wars, they are fucking deadly. I don't even know, are they still around, those shows, like those Saturday morning cartoons? Like, seriously, I don't know if that's even around anymore. Well, I wish it was. It would be good for kids to watch, you know, good cartoons nowadays. But I don't even know if that Saturday morning stuff is still around. If it is, holy crap, man. Good on them. Good on them. But yeah, man, I liked Fox Kids when I was a little bit younger. But then once fucking Kids WB started to pull off some really good shows, then it was like, Fox became Fox, and I was all like, what the fuck? And then Fox tried to freaking make me feel like I was inside a stupid box, and I was like, nope, done with that shit. So, Fox kids definitely, but then Kids WB won the war at the end of the day. Matt Gochi asked, will Tom Brady retire soon? Man, I hope so. Motherfucker's still playing in the league. My mom even said that, like, when is Tom Brady going to retire? Like, I never thought my whole childhood Tom Brady would be in it when I'm 21 years old. Keep in mind, I was like 10 when Tom Brady was in the NFL, like as a second-year player, third-year player, whatever. I was 10 years old, and this guy is still playing football. Huh? How? Come on, man. Just give it up. Like, it's so weird because, like, normally you're used to, like, players, like, staying when you're, like, for 10 years in the league. Tom Brady's been there, what, 13 years? I can't even remember. It feels like forever. It feels like the league has always had Tom Brady there or something. I hope him and Peyton Manning retire soon. It's not because I hate them. It's just because it's like, Peyton, you can kind of see he's deteriorating a little bit when it comes to his throwing motion. He's still a great mind when it comes to football, but it's more like he's just calling audibles to beat, the defense. Like, he's just trying to outsmart what the defense is doing, and, his arm is not really all there. Brady, he still has it. Like, he's still really good, but it's like I don't see the killer instinct in Tom Brady anymore. I feel like Tom Brady has been missing, like, a killer instinct that he used to have. Like, ever since that one Super Bowl where, like, the Giants beat him the second time, not the first time, but the second time, I feel like Brady's killer instinct has just dropped down. And also I feel like the Patriots haven't done well to surround Brady with talent. So when it comes down to it, I would have to say, like, both of those guys just to retire because I don't want to see them keep on sucking. I mean, they're still putting up phenomenal numbers. Don't get me wrong. Brady and Manning are still top 2 quarterbacks in the league. But I'm just saying when it comes down to, overall skill set, they're kind of digressing a little bit. And it's sad. The Gochi Man asked, do you think Ronda Rousey could kick John Cena's ass in real life? Yes. Jake Loomis asked, since Triple H is God and his son is going to be Jesus, does that make Stephanie McMahon Mary? Of course. Come on, Jake. This is rocket science here. This is the WWE Bible. You should know that already, man. Come on. Do you really need to ask that for me to confirm that to you? I mean, I have it right here, okay, the WWE Bible. It tells you everything, everything about the WWE and its holy sanctity. I mean, you can tell, the H is shaped like Triple H, and it tells you who's married and stuff like that. So, yes, man. I don't know if you need me to confirm it for you or something, but yes. The Real Heel asked, do you think TNA creatively is going to remain the same since they were since 2010, even though they got a new TV deal? Sadly, yes. But I hope it will change. I hope TNA does change their creative direction. Jay Walker asked, who do you think will win? Triple H and his Golden Shovel versus the NXT roster in a 2-on-40 handicap match? Come on, man. Is that really a question? Triple H and the Golden Shovel. The NXT rookies don't have a chance. Come on, man. You gotta think of something. I mean, I'm just saying. The NXT roster would not have a chance whatsoever. Good Mike Work asked, the fake Good Mike Work, what if the Breakfast Club were arguing who should bury Garbage Man? And who do you want it to be and how should they bury him? First of all, fake Good Mike Work, I don't even know why you would suggest that the Breakfast Club would actually sit there and argue who was going to bury this piece of shit known as the Garbage Man. Why? Why would you even argue over who's going to bury Garbage Man? Who should bury Garbage Man? Sheamus. Because why? Garbage Man is just an upside-down Sheamus, but he fucking sucks. The Savvy Yes Man asked, do you think that Christian will get his one more match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Sadly, man, no. I love that, Christian. One more match. Come on, you guys are chanting with me. One more match. Yeah, one more match. No, sadly. Final Limits asks, why does Dana White hate your boy Tito? Nobody gives a fuck about me, Ortiz. Short story, Tito kind of fucked Dana over. Long story, just a bunch of bullshit from back in the old days of the UFC when it first started. Because back in the old days, Tito used to be promoted by Dana White. See, back before Dana White owned the UFC, he used to promote fighters and stuff like that. And the two main fighters he promoted were Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz. Dana wanted to do a super fight between the two the two guys, but, you know, Tito was ducking him. This led to Tito and Dana having some differences. And then later on, when Dana started to own the company, you know, he pretty much stepped away from promoting and then pretty much let out all this inside dirt saying Tito's a bitch and all this other crap. He avoided Liddell when I was promoting both of them, blah, 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 blah. And then this started Tito Ortiz and Dana wanting to do a boxing match in which you can watch like a YouTube video of Dana White training to fucking try to box Tito Ortiz, which is hilarious. The fight never fucking happened whatsoever. And then pretty much it just led to, you know, like, just them arguing. It was just them arguing the way Dana does business, the way Tito does business. No one's right in this situation. They're both really idiotic on how they handle their shit when it comes down to the situation. But it's just pretty much Tito and Dana just don't like each other. And recently it was like Tito and Dana felt like they had a closing chapter, you know, just Tito finally getting to the UFC Hall of Fame. And it's like, oh, shit, dude, you never thought you would see that. You know, him and Dana were always arguing, but it was like Tito was finally closing the door in his MMA career, and then he goes on and says, fuck you, Dana, I signed with Bellator. This is where the real fighters fight. I don't want to fight, you know, in a shitty company that doesn't care about their fighters, and, you know, it's just a bunch of stuff. And also, don't forget, Tito was one of the main reasons why Cyborg Santos has not signed with the UFC, Chris Cyborg Santos, the girl version, not the male guy. So, yeah, there you go, man. I hope that answers your question about that. And are you starting to get tired? And Nintendo Fanboy asks, are you starting to get tired of Tito Ortiz questions? No, I'm getting tired of forced Tito questions. It's like, you know, I like the good ones where it's like, oh, Tito Ortiz in the TNA Hall of Fame. That's fucking funny. To me, at least, because you can picture TNA doing it. But it's like, what if Tito Ortiz comes out to, like, the fucking, you know, Monday Night Raw one night when Roman Reigns is... It's like, those are so forced. Keep in mind, the Tito Ortiz situation has to be fucking shitty. If you want to ask Tito Ortiz questions and make me fucking laugh, follow the criteria. Has to be a shitty feud. It has to be a shitty storyline. It has to be a shitty situation. And if Tito Ortiz gets added into that situation, it becomes fucking hilarious. That's the thing. It's like you're trying to make Tito Ortiz a big deal in a situation where you hyped it up and you shoved it down our throats and you made it feel like, oh my god, this is going to be something big, and it's just an ultimate disappointment. I get it. Some people fucking think it's hilarious that I laugh at Tito Ortiz, and I get it. People like seeing other people laugh. It makes them laugh. But here's the thing. Don't force Tito Ortiz jokes. Just don't. Try your best to be innovative with it. You know, Tito Ortiz going to a football game. That's hilarious to me. That is pretty funny. Where, like, you know, the crowd doesn't care. He was hyped up as the halftime show. He came out arms crossed. No one gave a shit. That's funny. But it's like when Tito Ortiz is like being forced into a lot of the Q&As just because people want me to laugh really hard. It's just the jokes kind of wear down. So I'm saying you guys can ask as much Tito Ortiz questions as you want. But I'm just saying, don't expect me to be dying in laughter unless I truly think it's funny. It's truly funny when it fits the criteria that I mentioned earlier. Anyways, thank you all so much for this Q&A. I'll see you all next time. Enjoy your Christmas. If you just passed Hanukkah, hope you enjoyed that. And enjoy your Kwanzaa if you celebrated Kwanzaa. I'll see you all next time. Peace.